Good morning, or welcome back to What If Zuko was, or not Zuko, Venom Swamp, or Venom Snake was in My Hero Academia. So I'm going to go over the camp arc and the All for One versus All Might arc. Because one, it's quite cool. Sorry, if you saw that, like, so yeah. So they basically ended up going to there, and yeah, the monster decided, or no, Swamp, that's what everyone calls him, but that's not his actual name. So and I also forgot to mention, in the part one of this, like, What If series, she ends up, as a pro hero. So does her husband. That's how they met. After school, they got married, and they had 3 kids. Yeah. So that's how they all, like. So, because, yeah, during the camp arc, he trained his quirk, Nerks, and yeah, so he like, or actually, when they got to there, man, he jumped all the way from ledge all the way over to where they supposed to go to. As they told him, or they, like, man, he jumps further than anyone. Yeah. As he wasn't, like, spying on him. It's just he was not a UA trader, because the one he wanted to go to UA, that they, and after the, so yeah, as the Quark Doctor, actually, when Venom Snake emerged from his, like, from the table thing, as he talks clear as a whistle. As a Quark Doctor says, well, what happened? Well, you were, of course, the Quark Doctor says, well, you attracted a rare disease. Your mother didn't want to spend a fortune on you, so, but I would have just done it for free, but she chose not to do it, so, but I did it without her sense. as he was, yeah, that's, he couldn't believe it. And I'm speaking the truth. As the quirk doctor was a good guy one, I know that some of you would rather refer to him as the bad guy, like in canon one, but in this alternate universe, he plays both sides. And basically, AKA, he helps and he's truthful to his like them, and he doesn't like overcharge anything. As yeah, so as he, let's say one person got captured, that was, yes, Swamp, or actually Venom Snake thing. The as they, let's say Venom Snake got captured. Sorry if I'm like stops to the middle of a sentence. I have to process a word. So yeah. So then the Zuko, or not Zuko, Venom Snake was best friends with everyone. Everyone loved him just the way he is. As yeah, he's in his human form. He's the size of like the same size as the his own sister, was a little bit head taller than her, but the yeah, looks like yeah. So then when she heard that one of the students got kidnapped of Swamp, as she's like, as they like bust right through and they all got teleported, as All Might is about to ready to battle against All for One, as All for One says, Swamp is not what you think it is. All Might, you think he's the he you think he actually, or we actually did one good thing for him, and his actual name is, he goes by Venom Swamp, or no, Venom Snake is his name. As when she didn't like get the credit thing, but then when she heard Venom Snake, that was her son's name, the one that died. Or thought was dead. But he he uh, I believe it was yours own um as the yeah the snake or venom snake thing. Sorry. So yeah, the basically the once he showed his like his he's just a tool. I'm using your son, as he knew that she was there, her, as the weapon for the plan. As Venom Snake, or Swamp, or yeah, heard that, and he got mad. He wanted to go back to his mother. He just wanted to give her a hug and tell her how much he missed her. As yeah. So the as he wanted that, as it finally was time. So he went full on out. He turned into a snake that's bigger than a tower, bigger than anything in the entire world. I'm talking about him like being the biggest monster that they ever seen. It makes people like Mountain Lady Hayes look tiny. Like, or makes Mountain Lady's transformation form look tiny. Yeah, his tail, like his entire body wrapped around the entire world. As he looks at All for One. As All for One was paying most attention to All Might. As All Might says, turn around, please. As All for One turns around. And what he saw, two nostrils of him. But his entire body was bigger than, yeah. As he looks at him with fangs, poisonous fangs. As everyone screamed in horror, as they all couldn't believe this kid is a snake. As All for One says, I see why your name Venom Snake came from. You have venom in you, don't you? Yes. As he grabs the all for one with and pierces through his heart, ripping the all for one to shreds with his mouth, pierced through every quirk that was there. As he injected poison into every single quirk, all at once. As the one of his or both of his sisters can tell that their brother is back and ready for action. As yeah, as they as he and I'm not just talking about him biting or chowing down. He literally did that to poor All for One. So then, what else? Yeah. So their mother was happy that her son's back from the grave. And because their father is like, man, we sure do have a very strong, older son. As he transforms back into the human. As he tilts his head back and forth. He felt great. He just wanted to. As All Might asks, so what is your next plan? Are you from those, clutches of the villains things? I would rather spend time with my family. As he looks at All Might when he said that. And he with as men or Mount or no, All Might could tell that because his or one of the pro heroes, yeah, her. All Might always knew that every time she makes that same face, it means business. As yeah, so he turns around. He knew what his or other or he walked away. As yeah, his mother and his father walked up to him. Yeah. And ended up hugging him. Like, welcome back, son. Good to be back. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Zuko can. Or everybody's shocked. Huh? Huh? That the. Yeah, as his own sister. Yeah. Her walked over to him, hugged him. Yeah. Right between, or right on her chest. And she says, let me, big brother. And yeah. Yeah, it's like two snakes hugging each other. That's how it feels. Or if Medusa and what's a male's name of I don't know, Frank probably, or someone, as he spends time with his sisters. And yeah, he has the same powers as his like baby sister. That's or yeah, youngest sister. He yeah, and he shoots like venom out, and he's immune to poison. And this is the funny part. I'm just gonna add all the snakes. Every time he goes to a pet store, all the snakes, they lift their heads up, looks right at him, not out of like fear or hate. They had those hearts one. Just like how those anime characters have. Yeah. He loved him so much. Yeah. Yeah. So, but there was one girl in particular. Of course, that was Silverhead Girl. Yeah. Or Ringho. I usually call her Silver Hair because she has silver in her hair. Yeah. So she ends up asking him out on a date. And yeah. So she asked him out on a date, and they got dating, and they got married. As yeah. As the middle girl. Yeah. Okay, so the oldest is, of course, Venom Snake. And then she's the second oldest. And her would be the youngest one. Yeah. So the second oldest, she ends up saying, "Ooh, so you have a crush, or or you have someone crushing on you, aren't you?" As yeah, as the youngest, yeah, her tells her that she has a crush on Zuko Midoriya. As she blushes, like, no, I do not. Not yet, though. As, yeah. As she's blushing like crazy, as she like says to her that because I it was kind of funny. She actually says as to her youngest that, well, you have the almost all the boys fell in love with you, and you're trying to go for Fibbit, the frog girl. Oh, and to like hang out. And she's like, I do not. And they're like, calm down. It's not a battle to a death kind. And are you really trying to date Zuko Midoriya? Huh? As, yeah. He is like, no. But then when, at night, she snuck into her older brother's bedroom and told her, or no, she told him that about her having a relationship with Zuko. Yeah. Is so, yeah, as he tells her that he, because he says that I might tell him, because actually there's one thing that always makes me laugh was this. So the next morning, when getting up, having breakfast, and yeah, so they went for training before the ball dodgeball, and in the changing room, he told Zuko that, how much do you feel about my middle sister? As Zuko's is blushing, as, yeah, because he really does like her, because she has a unique, like, transformation. As she says, or no, actually, Zuko says, yeah, because as he can't, like, really, but no need to explain it. I already know. Okay? That. Yeah. So then the whole thing happens. And yeah, as she asked, does he like me? As he, or as she quietly asked that question. as he says, or he does that that sign of yes, yes, as she understands that sign language. As they start training with their quirks. And yeah, it was just so hilarious. Nobody else, because yeah, Visible Girl didn't even like hear the entire conversation thing. No one else did. As the grapefruit was trying to, him trying to touch her, but she's not having it. As this venom snake, or they call him or swamp snake, or snake swamp, picks him up, or before he starts running over and like touching her, as he says, don't touch my sister, or I might eat you alive. As he does that, like, okay, sir, I won't. As he's, oh yeah, his expression of Venom Swamp, or no, Venom Snake, sorry, not Venom Swamp, Venom Snake, Ing has that same, like, face thing, as, as they're, like, they both are, like, really glad that he's there. So then, after the skipping the dodgeball, but the over at Overhaul's thing, name it. I'm just going to go over it because it's kind of boring, but yeah. So she basically, or no, they basically ran in, and then the monster's about to kill Zuko, as a giant snake creature appeared. And let's say snake-haired girl and both of them knew who it was, their brother. As he grabs Overhaul's monstrous form, shakes around, throws him into the ocean as he reaches all the way over the entire city without touching it, and grabs the Overhaul, and separated him into four, or back into fours. As Overhaul actually, after the whole, like, All Might versus All for One incident thing happened, he decides to do something really crazy. He decides to ask him, because he was still conscious, of putting him, or this is what he says: I want to, you know, um, put behind bars by you, Venom Snake. Or should I say Venom? Because that's your hero name, right? But full name is Venom Snake, but yeah. Why do I sound like a drunk man? So, yeah. So then I trust more or trust you more than the cops, huh? As he also could understand why, because since hand or face will probably destroy his, like, limbs, as he asked if that's okay with them. As the detective and them understands, no one messes with a big man, and or the kid that could go from being a little shrimp, or like the size of a human, to being a big as a entire world, even a planet size. He, yeah, as his tongue wraps around Overhaul's like entire body, puts him in his mouth, closes his mouth, and he goes to them, and they made sure that because how big he is, he has to tilt his head down, like making him look at the floor, as he barfs up, or he actually not barfs up. He opens his mouth, takes all for or Overhaul's entire body, sets it down, then he puts his tongue back into his mouth, as he tells Overhaul that he really needs a shower. As he plucks his teeth. Yeah. He almost gagged to death. If. Yeah. So then his little sister is happy that, because no matter how tall a person is or how destructible the people are, or their brother could just go, done, move on, go, done, move on. Yeah. Kind. And so then after that, now finally it is time for the final results. Of course, silver-haired girl got married to the snake, or venom snake, and had a daughter that could transform into a snake, just like how his daughter, or no, like his sister does it. Yeah. And then, so now, let's figure out. So, in this what if, he does accept her. Or Zuko does accept her as his mate. Then of course, actually, over years have passed, how long it was. It was like that. That's how long it was. Because Zuko wasn't like, or he passed 18, so it's been that long, so it was a time skip to the near future. Here. As she says, "Hey, Deku, babe, long time no see. I heard that you became a pro hero. And I also, and so I wanted to see you in person. And I really wanted to get married to you, Zuko, babe. And do you accept me as to be your wife? And we will have a lot of kids, just like her brother does." As this is what Zuko is saying, like, "Hey, son, I think that's her name. Long time no see. Yeah. Long time name no see, too. Yeah, I really did become a pro hero. How do you think, or how did you know that? Yes, I will, or I really did want to marry you." As she says this, "Oh, a little birdie told me about it." Yeah. AKA, it was Bakugo. And so then they got married. So yeah, and plus when actually when they both, they both met at the age of 3. Yeah. This is, yeah. They both really do like each other. So that was after after this conversation, they got married, and yeah, as the one that snake girl, her with long green hair, ends up saying, "This is my husband, and I loved him so much, and seems we meet, or seem, or since we met at age of 3 years old, kids, and we fell in love with each other every time we meet up." Yeah. And then, yeah, Zuko says, yeah. And she's my wife, and sometimes we enjoy our visit, and she sometimes have a tongue, or sometimes have tongues in her mouths, and so now we are already married, and so bye bye. Yeah, and yeah, I drew who, or I made sure it was accurate. Basically, yeah, they went from age of, oh, sorry, they went from, we just went like basically full circle. So the they were born Hearn, and then they were, yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, basically that's how it is. And the funny part was, this is a funny part to me. She ended up being got married to who? The guy from class 1B. Yeah. Him. Him. Yeah. I was gonna go for, or actually, hold on. She actually got married to two people. Or actually, yeah, two people. That class B student, whoop, crap, sorry. Him, him, and Denki. And yeah, I'm trying to get this near the everything, except for I don't want it to be like the, oh, this is such and such. Yeah. I'm not like those weird people that have like the girls or their beliefs of, or their the, because some people are weird. They think that boys should be with boys, girls should be with girls. One, that's not how a universe works. So yeah. So then I would have chosen the one down here, this one, but if her was a boy, I would have just chose her as a boy, but I know that she's a girl, but so that's what. Okay. So, and yeah. So, because some of you are probably like really pumped up if I really did that. But no, I'm not going to do it because it is too disgusting. So that's why I chose like one girl and then one boy. So yeah, and they all had kids, and like she said, she had a lot of kids with him. Yeah, they all have the same powers as their mothers, and shoots fire out of their mouths. They skip a generation. Yeah. Zuko's. So, yeah. So it was just funny. Funny. So, yeah. And then their mother decided, and then to get like romantic with her husband. And basically, they wanted more kids. They do indeed again. And they had more kids. They were like, yeah, it was basically, and no, I'm not gonna like have poor little her be what's in like the old what ifs ones that I made about the Zoomy was got or actually got really good care from the villains and pro heroes. Uh, but Momo in that what if the she got molested and raped by basically by all the villains. There's like rapists and like all that stuff. It just terrifies me by everything. Yeah. But I try to go past that. Okay? So, who knows? So, bye. Peace out, y'all.